And we are live. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Today is awesome. It's been a very, very busy day. And I am excited to have gotten to this point where now we are going over beating distractions, learn how to focus like a pro. If anybody has been here throughout the time that we have been going over the Achieve More Playbook, it's been a great three-part webinar. A lot of questions, a lot of answers, a lot of gems being dropped. So I'm excited to close out this three-part webinar with beating distractions. This is amazing. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, let everybody go ahead and chime in. If you got any questions already for me, if you got anything you want to ask, if you've seen any of the other webinars, you just want to say, hey, hello, that's fine too. Happy to be here. I'm pulling up my notes right here because I want to make sure I give you guys the best information possible. Hey, Luxury Flames, how you doing? Happy Monday. I know Monday has a bad stigma about it being Monday, and we missed the weekend. But today has been a good day. Today has been an amazing day. Pam, oh, this is Pam. Hey, how you doing, Pam? Good to see you. Donna, nice to see you. Good to meet you. Like I said, today we are doing beating distractions with the Achieve More Playbook. We're going to focus like pros. We are going to be professionals about our focus. Yes, it's going to be amazing. But just to recap again for everybody that's funneling in right now, it's been a three-part webinar. I'm doing real good. Pam. I'm doing really good. How are you doing? And but yeah, this has been a three-part webinar, the Achieve More Playbook. We've been going over mastering your day. Today is beat distractions. The second part of the webinar was the roadmap to success. So we went over examples. We went over an example of how to create your wildly important goal. Basically went over a full example of how to do it. And then we just had the Achieve More Huddle. And I'll just let everybody know that's going to be every Sunday at 2 p.m. The Achieve More Huddle, 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific. And that's where we're going to go. We're going to have live week sessions. So I'll be live. I'll give you my breakdown of my week and basically showing you how it works and showing you my progress. I want people to see that I actually use this method actively as well. So I'm not just teaching you something that I don't implement myself. So yeah, that's every Sunday. It's going to be the Achieve More Huddle. We're also creating a community page for this so everybody can keep each other accountable. All the updates, all the little information and posts I will be putting into the community just to keep everybody motivated. If you have any questions around the Achieve More Playbook, the 12-week program, all of those things, we're going to do that in the community. So that community page should be up soon, and I'm going to invite everybody to that. Once it's up, I will send an invite link in the collective, and then I'll remind everybody on Sunday as well. So a lot has happened in this past week. I am excited. We built the community here, and it's been amazing. So what time is it? It's 9:06. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me pull it up. All right, give me 1 second. All right, you should be able to see my screen. There it is. Perfect. Let's see if I can make it a little bigger. All right, great. All right, so like I said, today we're going over beat distractions with the Achieve More Playbook. We're going to learn how to focus like a pro. And I know that everybody, especially when you're trying to get a goal done, when you're trying to get something done with your business, there's a lot of distractions that come. There's a lot of things that you have to do in your normal life. There's a lot of things that happen, with one of these phones. You get one of those notifications. We're going to talk about that. You got kids. The kids got somewhere to go. They got football, basketball practice, piano, gym meets and all kind of stuff. So gymnastics and all that stuff. So it's all type of things that can distract you from your goal. So we're gonna learn how to focus like a pro when all those things are going on at the same time, because your business is important. This is something, whether it's a hobby of yours or whether it's something that you really see that can sustain you financially at some point in time. If it's that important, then you need to be able to focus to make it, to get it to that point. It can't be something that you just push off and expect to succeed at. So today we're going to learn how to focus on it. What are the steps that we're going to take to focus on it, and then how we're going to get to that goal that we have, that wildly important goal that we have created with the Achieve More Playbook. So let's go to the next slide. All right, so recap. What have we learned so far? And like I said, we've learned a lot. Let's recap all those things. So master your day. That was our first webinar that we went over. And some of the challenges that we addressed in that webinar, we addressed struggling to find enough hours in the day to accomplish our goals. So as an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur. I actually I'm working on getting another full-time position as well. And I'm a father, and I'm a human being at the same time. So trying to find time throughout your day to devote to your business can be tough. It can really, really be tough. So the key takeaways from mastering your day was we learned how to identify our whirlwind tasks, which are daily urgencies that we need to carve out for high priority work. So our whirlwind is the things that we do every day, things that we do consistently. So if you got a 9 to 5, you got a built-in whirlwind basically there. 9 to 5, you know exactly what you're going to be doing every day. You'll be at work. And then after that, take care of kids. If you're married, you got husband, wife, all those things you have to take care of. That's your whirlwind of your day. So we're trying to carve out time outside of that whirlwind just to have real focused work on what we're trying to do in our business. So with Master Your Day, we did time structuring. So we gave practical strategies to organize your day for maximum productivity and how you can reduce stress by doing that. And after this, I'll show everybody a look at my time block, my Google Calendar. I use Google Calendar to time block and basically show how I manage my day. So I'll give a brief look at that. It looks similar to what's on the screen right now, but I use my own color scheme and all that stuff. So if you need a visual of how that looks, I'll show you guys mine. And the outcome of mastering our day, we gain control over our schedule, which enables us to do deliberate action on what matters most in our business. And what matters most, we define that. We define that by our wildly important goal. This is the goal that will push our business forward. So we're moving all the distractions out the way. We're moving everything that, all the mundane tasks that we do on a daily basis, we move all that out the way. And we're focusing on, if I complete this goal right here, I know my business will be that much further. So that's what we locked in. So we mastered our day in order to get to that point where we're completing that goal. So that was the first webinar. And then the roadmap to success. So the Achieve More Playbook, we did that as well. So basically, that was a framework for our success. The Achieve More Playbook, it provides a step-by-step method for reaching your business goals, guiding you through the process of setting clear priorities. We track key activities and we measure progress effectively. So we went over prioritization techniques, how we're going to track our metrics, and then we went over actionable insights and clarity and direction. So this was everything that we went over in our second webinar for the roadmap to business success. And all of these are still live. You can still go watch them on YouTube, so you can kind of catch up if you haven't been following throughout last week. So this is still available. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, so we're gonna start off with basically, it's not a quote, but it's a statistic. That's what I'm losing my words. Start off with a statistic. So time blocking techniques, which involve dedicating specific time slots to particular tasks, have been found to increase productivity by up to 80%. Just think about that. Just by time blocking your day, just by blocking out when you're going to do this and when you're going to start this, when you're going to end this activity, when you're going to start the next activity. That can increase increase your productivity by up to 80%. And just doing the numbers, that's a large percentage. That's a large percent. That's the difference of you achieving your goal and you're not. Really 80%. That's a lot. So if you don't write it down, there's almost and it can have the negative impact. It's almost an 80% chance that it won't happen. At the same time, if you do write it down, if you do time block your day out, you got up to an 80% chance of being productive. So I've been using, even before me doing the Achieve More playbook, and going through this method, this process of how I achieve my business goals, I was already time blocking. I just found it easier for myself to look at, all right, I'm gonna start this task at this time and I'm gonna end it at this time. Because I'm one of those people that, let's say if I had to clean the house and I gave myself all day, if I had to clean up my whole house, if I tell myself I got Saturday to clean my whole house, it's gonna take me all of Saturday to do it. But if I told myself, hey, I got from 9 to 12 on Saturday, I'm gonna figure out how to clean the house within that time frame. So it's a mind thing. I believe it's just something that you're structuring your mind to understand that, hey, this is the time slot we got to achieve this goal. We're gonna get it done in this time slot. So, I gotta go back. Hold on 1 second. Gotta go back. Which were we at? All right, so we're going to go over this again because this is really, really important. We're going to identify our whirlwind. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to identify what our schedule is. We're going to identify what in our schedule that we do daily, what we do all the time. So the whirlwind is the daily demands that keep you busy, but often pull your focus away from your big goals. So that's your wildly important goals. So for example, for a solopreneur, balancing a 9-to-5 job, family, personal commitments, the whirlwinds might include at work, you got emails, you got meetings, you got last minute tasks that you have to do for your boss. At home, you got managing your kids' schedules, you got helping with homework, or you got driving to hobbies like sports and practices. And then if you're married, you got household chores, family planning, or spending quality time. So all this, like I said earlier, is encompassed in your whirlwind. So in order to get to this focus time, to focus like a pro, we need to know exactly how much time we have, and we can't do that unless we know what we do every day and track that. So first, we're going to identify what our whirlwind is. So you track what I want you to do is track your activities for 1 week. So record everything you do during the day in detail. So spot reoccurring patterns and categorize those tasks that consistently consume your time as whirlwind activities. So the most important thing that you can do in this situation is, for this whole week, just keep your phone by you. And this is the time I'm gonna say keep your phone by you. Track what you're doing on a daily basis, and the things, and you'll start to see, okay, every day I get done with my morning routine, which could be for me, I do my morning routine, which is getting my son ready for school. I do prayer, meditation, then I read, and then I do like my daily organization. And I get done with that, all those tasks were around 10. So that ends at 10 for me, but that's still a part of my whirlwind. And then after that, I get into my next set of my whirlwind, which is my business task and, whatever the wig that I have that's built into my whirlwind that I have right now, which is getting my cybersecurity certification. So I do studying for that within that time period. So I know exactly what I do every day, and I time block that time out every day to fit what I'm doing. So I know what time I'll have later on, or I can spot what time I'll have in between that to work on my wildly important goal. So when you, for a whole week, if you, and I'm glad we're doing this after the holidays and after all the traveling and all that. Now we're getting kind of back into our normal routines, because now you'll be able to see exactly, kids are back in school finally. I mean, they were all forever, it felt like, but the kids are back in school. So everybody should be getting back into their normal routine right now. So you should be able to locate that hidden time that you have. So let's go over what that hidden time may look like. So you can review your schedule and you can pinpoint time slots available before, after, or between whirlwind activities. So I would say look for chunks of 30 minutes to 2 hours of uninterrupted time, such as early mornings. You could do post lunch hours, or you could do late afternoon. So just some examples of where you can carve out that time. And then after you locate that hidden time, you claim that focus time. So you block that off and identify that time slot on your calendar and label them as committed to your wig. So during the focus time, you work exclusively on activities aligned with your wig, such as strategic planning, marketing initiatives, or project development. So it's consistent focus on your wig during these periods that ensures measurable progress amidst demands. So that's the breakdown that basically of identifying your whirlwind and carving out that time. So for hey, how you doing, Tantanet? Thank you for joining. So basically, what we're doing is we're identifying our schedule. We know what we do every day. We're identifying what the whirlwind looks like. So while we're identifying that whirlwind, we're looking for time blocks or little hidden time blocks in there that we see reoccurring patterns of those time blocks that are available, and we can identify those as times that we can work on our wigs, on our wildly important goals. So that's the first step to being able to focus, because you can't focus if you don't know exactly what time you have available. If we can't time block that time and pinpoint it and say, hey, this is my focus time, there's no way you're going to be able to focus, because you'll have all these distractions going on at the same time. So we want to identify, like I said, what our whirlwind is. And then as we identify what our whirlwind is, we'll start to get a clear picture on what time slots we have that we can focus on our business and focus on those wildly important goals for our business. And if I'm going too fast, or if anybody got any questions, make sure you ask. If you've been on any of the other webinars, I strongly encourage having a pen and paper out, writing stuff down. But these will be available for you to look at again. And I'll be available if you have any questions. I'll put my email in the chat as well. But if you have any questions, just let me know. This is a question-free zone. Just ask me any question that you need. So the next part that we're going to start off with is the research indicates that individuals who set actionable tasks for their goals and initiate weekly progress reporting to supportive peers tend to achieve 40% more than those who do not. These numbers, I don't know if you guys are seeing it or understanding how much these numbers are really can affect your business. The first one we just read was 80% just by you time blocking. So that's you can be up to 80% more productive just by doing a time block. And then by setting actionable tasks, just by setting those actionable tasks, and of course going to do it, and then having a weekly progress of reporting, you can achieve 40% more than the people who don't. So that's 80% of being more productive, and then 40% more than the people that don't do what you're doing. So just by actually planning and understanding this is what you're trying to do, you can be ahead of the game already. You're starting off ahead of the game just by time blocking and writing down actionable tasks. That's what we do in the Achieve More Playbook. Like, we do all of these things in the Achieve More Playbook. We do weekly progress reporting, and we set actionable tasks. So by doing this program, you're actually setting yourself up to be 40% closer to achieving your goal than people who don't. So Pam has a question. Let me see. I'm gonna put the question up for everybody to see. So how do you find a way to start your day and figure out your timing if you went through depression? It's hard getting back to what I love to do. This is actually a really, really great question, and something that I actually went through myself. It helped. I would say the way it helps the most is by incremental progress, especially when you're feeling depressed. Like I said, I went through that myself, so it was hard to get anything going. But it's like the small things. So I started with increments of time. So I didn't try to tackle it all at one time and try to get it all back. I actually went through this recently. Like, it's not something that I'll say was years ago. So this was recently where I started to get a cadence of what I do all the time. So I started with small increments, like, okay, my morning routine. I try to stay consistent with that for as long as I possibly could. And that was an increment for me. That was like, okay, if I can get my morning routine, then I can add something. I can add a little bit more to it. I'm still not feeling great, but I can add 30 minutes. And then it eventually became an hour. Then it became 2 hours, and it became 3 hours. So for me, it's those small increments of time and those small wins, because when you're going through that type of mental struggle, those small wins can help. Just having a small win can really help your mind stay, especially when it comes to business. Because if you're dealing with depression outside of business, your business is going to heap some more on top whenever it can. So just try to get those small wins. Don't try to take it all on at one time. Don't try to look at it as this big project. Find something small that you can do consistently. And once you see that small win, then just add just a little bit more. And then after a while, you'll start to see that, your mind will open up just a little bit more. And then it'll get to the point where it's mindless activity. It's like, okay, I'm used to doing this every day. Like for me to get my day started, I have to do my morning routine. Like I said, my morning routine is prayer, meditation, and reading. And then my daily organization of what I'm going to do for the day. So I start with that even on weekends. Even on weekends, I'm doing my morning routine because it gets me going. It sets the tone for my day, basically. And I started that when I was depressed, or when I was going through depression. So that would be my answer to that. I hope that helped. Let me see. All right. So our next step, we're going to make the most of our focus time. So the problem that we face, the problem that most people face, or that I face and that I've understood, which is wasted time due to lack of direction. So when you have focus time, we've already carved out this time. We know what. I'm glad to help, fam. I'm really glad to help. And if you have any more, questions, please feel free to ask. But the problem that we're going to make most of this focus time. So we've gotten to the point where we know that we have to time block. We know that we have to set actionable steps when we time block. And the reason for that is if we have this time set aside, I know that I've gone through this. I've gone through this. So please let me know if you guys have went through this as well, where I'll have focus time and then I get to the time and I'm like, well, what am I doing? What do I need to do? And I sit there for a second, then my phone goes off and I'm looking at my phone like, all right, well, something will come to me at some point in time. And then all of a sudden that whole focus block is gone. And now I'm just like, okay, well, I just wasted that time. I didn't focus on anything because I don't know exactly what I need to do. So the problem is we have a lack of direction of what we need to do. So that's what we're going to we're going to go over now. So the problem, wasted time due to lack of direction. So having focus time without a clear plan leads to frustration, leads to inefficiency. And without clarity, time is wasted deciding what to work on rather than actually working. So our solution to that is we're going to align our tasks with our WIG. So we're going to break down our wildly important goals. Like we said in the other webinars, they're going to be specific and they're going to be actionable and measurable. So we're going to break those down. We're going to focus on our lead measures and the key actions that directly influence achieving our WIGs. So what we really need to do at this stage, once we have our time blocks that are available, every task should be defined. Every task should be broken down. So if anybody saw my the webinar or the live from Sunday, you saw my workspace and it's on Notion. And if you see my workspace, I got 30 tasks on there listed out. So whenever I get to my focus block, I just pick a task out the queue and I just get it done and I move it over to the completed. But I have to do that before I get to the focus time. I don't wait till focus time to be like, okay, what am I doing? No, I spend actual focus time breaking down my wildly important goal to the smallest task that it possibly can be to achieve it. So if it's, for example, if my wildly important goal is to, let's say grow my followers on YouTube or something like that, and my lead measures are posting 2 YouTube shorts a day, I'm making sure that I got one of my tasks is post 1 YouTube short. My next task is post 1 YouTube short. Like I have it broken down by, so if that's 2 per day, and I do it for the week, so that's 10 for the week. I have 10 tasks, and one of them says post one, post one, post one. So I make sure if I hit all those, then I'm hitting my lead measures for the week, and I know that I'm working towards growing my following because I'm putting into action every day. But I wouldn't have that if I got to my focus time. I'm like, all right, what do I do now? I don't know. Well, I want to grow my following. What should I do? Well, I don't know what content I'm gonna use. So right now, being able to have the task already set out, when I hit my focus time, when I get to my block of time that I have set, I'm already hitting the ground running. It's all right. I'm starting. Like, okay, I know I'm getting these 2 tasks done today. Bam, I knocked those out. I did my focus time for today. So that's really important. So we're gonna do, like, let's define a wig. So if it's increasing monthly revenue by 20% within 6 months, so you identify your key drivers. So what actions will drive results? So an example would be improve client acquisition, launch a new product, enhance marketing strategies. So you would break drivers down into daily tasks. So if it was client acquisition, we research and reach out to 5 potential clients daily, and you would break those tasks down to reach out to one client, reach out to one client, reach out to one client, or you can group it together and say reach out to 5 clients, and that be the one task that you do for that day, so you can move it over. Or it can be follow up with 3 existing leads. If it's marketing, it can be create a schedule. Like I said, 3 social media posts a day, draft 1 blog post or newsletter. It's crazy because even before doing this webinar, I was drafting my blog posts. That's a part of one of my tasks that I have to do. So if it's product development, it's spending 1 hour refining product features, test and review feedback from early adopters. Just notice how each one of these daily tasks, each one of these are actionable activities that's pushing you towards a goal. So we don't want to worry about the actual goal. We don't want to worry about increasing monthly revenue by 20%. That's going to happen because we've already broken down what it's going to take for us to get there. We've broken that down. So we don't want to worry essentially like, how am I going to do this? Only part that we're going to worry about in our focus time, so we can focus on that, are the actual tasks that is going to be to complete that daily. And then once we get to the point of our wildly important goal, we're going to see that the work that we put in every day is leading up to that. You're going to start seeing the revenue increase, but you don't worry about that part every day. You just worry about those tasks that you got to get done. So we prioritize and plan daily tasks. Each day we select 1 to 3 high impact tasks that align with our lead measures and assign them to our identified time slots. So like I said, I had a live on Sunday, and for me, since I have a large amount of time that I can commit to my business right now, I have 3 wigs. One of my wigs is the cybersecurity certification, but I've lumped that into my whirlwind. So I do that along with my whirlwind. But the other 2 are one of them is to get 10 clients in the Achieve More program by, I believe it's Q2 of 2025. And then the other one was to get 10 clients in my digital optimization. It's called Dynamic Growth. So I also do digital optimization for small businesses, and helping them build a foundation for their digital presence. So it's to get 10 reoccurring clients in that actual business. So each day I do 2 tasks for each of them. And, at the end of the day, I should have 8 tasks, or I should have 6 tasks done. So every day during my focus time, I do those tasks and make sure that I get those done. And I'm not worried about the end goal because I've already broken down all the tasks I need to get to the end goal. I just worry about what I need to do daily to get to that goal. Hey, Latoya, how you doing? So the outcome. So if we're taking advantage of every second with a clear task list ready, you'll enter each focus session knowing exactly what to work on. This clarity ensures every moment is spent on high value actions that push your business forward. So just remember that we're looking at high value actions that push your business forward. We don't want any downtime in this focus time because we don't have a lot of it. Like we said at the beginning, we got a whirlwind, we got kids, we got family, we got our own jobs. So we already got a whirlwind. We don't have a lot of this focus time. So we want to enter our focus time with motion. We don't want to enter it, on our phones or thinking about what we should do. We should already know what we're going to do. So the next focus block, we're entering it with motion. And this is the one we've all been waiting for. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Magnolia Pelican. That's a dope name. That's a dope name. How you doing? All right, so this is the one that's gonna shock everybody, or it might not shock everybody. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a part of this myself. So I'm with y'all. Digital interruptions. 75% of Americans cite digital notifications as a primary reason for an inability to focus at work, with 8 out of 10 admitting to engaging with social media during work hours. This ain't even just doing work hours. This is doing business hours. This is anything that you got during the day. If that phone pop up with a notification, if Instagram say somebody liked your post, if you're on TikTok and one of your favorite people just posted something and they give you an alert, if you're on YouTube and Jazz just dropped a new video or she live, I guarantee you're gonna pick that phone up. We've been trained to do it. It's a habit at this point. We're glued to our phones as a society. So you're fighting against that battle. You're fighting against that battle. And the best way to fight against that battle, they've already built it into the actual phone. There's an actual button that says focus. And I do that for my morning routine. I actually push the focus. Like I put it on do not disturb. That's my time. That's my time to set my tone for the day. So I put it on do not disturb, set expectations with people, let them understand if it's a real emergency, then 911 is supposed to be called. I shouldn't even be your first call. This is a real live emergency, call 911. But if it's not this hour block of time or this 2 hour block of time, this is mine. And that's okay. That's okay. But like we're looking at the digital interruptions, 75% of Americans, that's a lot of Americans. There's how many billions? We have 1 or 2 billion people here, and 75%, that's a lot of people that's picking up their phone during work. So we're going to turn off our phone. So the distraction epidemic, this is a fact. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day or once every 10 minutes. And this source is from Assurion. Phones are designed to grab your attention. Notifications, social media, even habits like calling a friend can derail your focus time. So if something happens during the day, first person you want to call is your friend. I know for me, I used to hit my homeboy up like, hey, bro, you see the game last night? You see LeBron? He's 40 and he's flying through the air, bro. We got to talk about this for an hour. Like, what's going on? we have to talk about this. But I started noticing that's not helping me grow my business. I could talk about that at any point in time. I could talk about that later on in the night. I could talk about that, when the actual game is on. But this actual time that I have allotted for my business, I need to focus on that. That's going to get me to the money. That's going to get me to the next level in my business. That's going to grow my business. That's going to get me to speaking with you guys, speaking and giving knowledge and collaborating and having a community. But me talking about the game last night or me talking about Monday Night Football, that's not going to help anything. Or talking about the highlights that I just seen on my phone, that's not going to help anything. So the solution. So we're going to leverage our technology to regain focus. So modern smartphones like the iPhone, Android, they have tools designed to help you stay focused. So do not disturb mode, silence calls, messages, and notifications during focus time. Focus modes, customized setting to only essential notifications like emergency contacts. So you want to create a phone-free zone. So you could physically remove the temptation as well. You could place your phone in another room or a drawer. I know that sounds scary to everybody if you can't see your phone, if it's not readily accessible. I know that's scary, but you can have it. And this is just an hour. This is how much time are you willing to commit to your business? Your phone is not going to help you. So let's go ahead and put the phone away. So we're going to set expectations during that time. You can inform family. You can inform your colleagues that you're unavailable for a specific period of time. And that doesn't mean that you're being mean. Doesn't mean that you're disregarding people or their feelings. That just means you're setting expectations and you're allowing them to adjust to the expectations that you set. there's people that know not to hit me up in the morning unless it's because it's gonna be on do not disturb. That's what's gonna be on. That's my time. And then during my week sessions of focus time that I picked out for myself during the week, there's no meetings that goes on during that time. There's no calls that go on during that time. There's nothing. There's no TV. I actually put on. If anybody's been on YouTube, there's this live session that just runs continuously. It's called Lo-Fi Girl or whatever, and they just play background music like hip hop, kind of like jazz background music. I let that run and I lock in. I can go down a rabbit hole for a whole hour just by hearing that music in the back, and my mind goes to work, and I don't have to worry about anything. So those are the type of things that you need to adopt and new habits that you need to get to in order to really protect that time. So find what works for you. Find anything that works for you, but this is your time. So you got to treat your focus time as if it's sacred. So you got to remind yourself, this is the most important work for my business. You only have a finite window. Don't let distractions steal your progress. So action plan for your focus success. So activate do not disturb or focus mode on your phone. Set a timer for your focus session. So whether that, like we said at the beginning, we've already blocked off our time during the week. So we found the time that we can have focus time. We've already blocked off that time. So we just set a timer for our focus session. So for me, I have the Google Assistant. It's similar to Alexa. So I have one of those, and I'll say, "Hey Google, set a timer for an hour."
All right, 1 hour starting now.
And when I hear that, I'm gone. Like I'm off to the races. I don't even think twice. I go straight to my task list. I go to the queue. I see what needs to be done. I've already in my mind earlier that day when I did my daily organization, I've already in my mind kind of picked out the tasks that I'm gonna be able to get done today. I go straight to those and I get going. So you place your phone out of sight and out of reach, and then you revisit the task list to ensure that every second was productive. So turn off your phone, figure out what works best for you, set expectations with loved ones, family. Let the kids know, hey, if it's dad time, mom time, let your spouse know, hey, or girlfriend or whoever, hey, I need an hour or I need 30 minutes. Fool with me. This is my project. This is my business. This is something that I feel like is going to take us to the next level. Or if it's just you in the house, then you need to take it as sacred as possible. You need to make it as sacred to yourself as possible. Be ruthless with your time. So it's somebody that I follow, and I watch a lot of his information and his videos. Is Alex Ramosi, and this is one of the things he said when he was talking about productivity. Be ruthless with your time. So just because you said no, or just because somebody called you and said, "Hey man, you got time to talk?" Like, I don't got time to talk right now. I hit you back later. We can talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? Or if somebody comes and say, "Hey, can you do this email for me real fast?" I can't do the email right now, but I can get that done a little bit later. This is my hour time block. This is my hour time block. Or this is my 30-minute time block. This is the time that I have to commit towards my business. And this is important to me. Once people see how committed you are and understand how committed you are to that purpose, they'll start to fall in line. Of course, it'll be an adjustment at first. Of course, they'll be in their emotions and their feelings at first. But if they truly love you, they'll understand. They will understand. But eventually, they'll start to be your champions for your time. If somebody else approach you, they'll be like, "Nah, that's their time. Let them have that." Especially if they start to see the results. Latoya says, "I listen to motivational audio before I start. That keeps me focused." Yes, motivational audio is really, really good. Really, really good. It does something in my brain as well to hear motivational speeches. Make me feel like I can take over the world or something like that. So that's a really, really good one. But yeah, like I said, set expectations with people, and they'll be your champions for your time at some point too. If somebody try to interrupt, they'll be like, "Nah, that's mommy work time. That's dad's work time." He gonna talk. He gonna get back to me afterwards. I know for sure. And then they're gonna start to see the results from it, and that's really when they're gonna be the champions of their time. They probably say, "Hey, you need a little bit more time? I got you." So nope, not today. Sometimes you're going to have to say no. That is completely okay. So we're going to understand the value of saying no. So saying no, like I said, is not a rejection of others. It's a commitment to your priorities. It's every interruption, no matter how minor, that pulls you away from your wildly important goal and wastes valuable time. So the power of no is reclaiming control. We want to prevent others from detracting how you focus your time. We're going to prevent others from detecting how your focus time is spent. So avoid task creep, like small, seemingly quick tasks that can snowball into more and more consuming time of your focus session. So we want to understand how to say no with confidence. These are all the things that we want to basically implement so that we can keep our focus time sacred. So how to say no with confidence? We're going to set expectations, like I was talking about. We're going to inform our family, we're going to inform colleagues and clients about our focus time. Then we're going to communicate the importance. If you help them understand why this is essential to your success, then they will take that on. But you have to be just as serious about it as you're trying to convince them. You have to be serious about it. If one day you do this and then the next day you break that time, then of course they're not going to take it seriously. They're only going to be as serious as you are. So if every day you're saying, hey, this is my hour block time, and then the next day they come back, oh, you were serious about that? Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious about this hour block time. And the next day they still might. It'll be an adjustment. But after a couple weeks go by and this is the time you blocked off every day and you said no at this exact time, they'll know, okay, I can't get what I want. I can't get what I want from Nick at this time. I really can't go to him at this time. I need to wait till he after this. And even at that point, they're going to start seeing results. I'm like, oh, this is what you've been working on during that time? Okay, well, shoot, you need 30 more minutes? I can give you 30 more minutes. You know, I see the results. I see what you're really working on. This is really good. So what you want to allow, which is understandable, is absolute emergencies only. So define what constitutes an emergency so others know when it's appropriate to interrupt. So that's the conversation that you have with your family members, your colleagues, and your clients. You define what those absolute emergencies are. But if it's a real emergency, 911 should be called. I really shouldn't be the person. If it's that type of emergency. So you build respect for your time. Saying no consistently trains others to respect your boundaries. Over time, interruptions and distractions will naturally decrease as people adapt to your routine. Yes, Latoya said no equals respect my space. Yeah, and you don't even have to be it's not even a mean thing. That's the part about it. I think people we have become really sensitive as a society, and that's it's not a bad thing. It's just people are sharing their emotions more. So if you say no, they might feel away. But if you communicate with them, hey, this is why I'm saying no. This is if you can get with me on this level and understand I have something really really important that I want to work on. I want to push my business forward, and this can help me and you at the same time. If you give me this time, then if they love you, they should definitely understand. So that no will be flipped into a positive. They're like, oh, okay, I'm actually helping by not bothering you during this time. And I know it sounds like, it sounds like such a positive spin on it, but over time, it should happen like that. I really truly believe that if they love you, they'll start to respect that no, as opposed to feeling like you being mean to them. So yeah, let's go over everything that we talked about today. How to beat distractions with the Achieve More Playbook. So we're just gonna do a quick recap. So where we started with identifying what our whirlwind is. We carved out focus time. So we can't focus without knowing where our time is gonna come from. We can't just say, okay, well, I'm done. Let's focus. Like, this is my time. Like, you don't know where that time is going to come from. And it's going to be really hard for you to trick your mind to be focused at random points in time during the week. So if you can get consistent, like every day I'm focused at this time, then your mind will start getting, will start to feel that. And then you consistently be able to lock in on those times. So you're going to reclaim control over your schedule by using these hidden time pockets for meaningful progress on your WIG, which is your wildly important goal, while still managing the whirlwind of work and family life. So we started off with that. We identified what our whirlwind is, and then we carved out focus time. Then we moved on from that part, and we said we're going to make the most of our focus time. So with a clear task list ready, You'll end each focus session knowing exactly what to work on. This clarity ensures every moment is spent on high value actions that push your business forward. And like we talked about, I don't know if anybody has been in this position where you've carved out the time, you got the focus time, and now you're sitting there like, what should I do? What's next? Like, I did all this. What's next? I got this time. What do I do with it? And I know that that's happened to me on multiple occasions. I was like, man, I can't keep. I carved out this time, and I can't keep getting here and doing all kind of random things that aren't really pushing my business forward. But I'm still doing them just because I got a little bit of time. No, I want to do something actionable during this time. I want to make sure that the thing that I did during this time is going to satisfy me to know that, hey, I pushed my business forward today. I did this every day. I did daily actionable high value action steps every day. And I know by this time frame that I've set, because the wildly important goals, remember, they're specific, they're time-based, and they're measurable. So if they're time bound, if I know by Q2, by the beginning of Q2, which is what is that? April 1st. If I know by April 1st, if I do all these tasks and I commit to doing this daily, if I know by that time period I'm gonna reach my goal, then yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I focus on those tasks that I've written down every day. So when I enter into that focus time, I know exactly what I'm doing. And I know if I do this every day at exactly this time by April 1st, even maybe before April 1st, if I get more done during that time, which is possible, I can hit my goal. But it's all about the activity that I'm putting in during this focus time. So we identified our whirlwind. We carved out our focus time. Now we understood that we need to break down the actionable steps, and we need to make the most of our time. So we're going to pick out those actionable steps to do exactly during our focus time. So we're not waiting for our focus time to come up with the steps. We're going to come up with the steps before. So we'll spend a focus block coming up with the steps. We're going to break down those actionable steps that's going to lead, which are called lead measures. We're going to come up with those lead measures beforehand, which is leading up to our lag measure, which is our wildly important goal. So we're going to break down those steps, which I said are called lead measures. And every time we have our focus block, we're going to reach into the queue where all these lead measures and these activities are. We're going to pick those out. And those are the things that we're going to do. So we know that we're productive. We're highly productive during that time. So the next we got, turn off our phone. This is probably the one that's going to piss everybody off. But yes, turn off your phone. Protect your focus time. So by turning off your phone and eliminating distractions, you'll create an environment where you can truly focus on the work that matters to your business. I know trust me, I am one of those people that loves my phone. I love my phone too. I love TikTok. I'm mad that TikTok is going away. I don't know if y'all heard about Red Note. We're moving to Red Note, but now I don't even think we should move to Red Note. I'm gonna move to Fan Base. That's black owned. That's with the people. No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, Fan Base is really cool. I think everybody should check out Fan Base as well. But yeah, I love TikTok. I love Instagram. I love checking out all that. I love doing all those. I mean, getting the group chat notification when the guys is talking about the game last night, and everybody in the group chat getting their takes on the game or giving their takes on their favorite team, and now all of a sudden it's an hour later and you ain't did nothing. You giving your sports takes like you Stephen A. Smith. And you just been sitting there like, no. It's been times where I have put my phone down all day and everybody will be mad at me because I give my take at night. I'll look back at it, what everybody said, and then I'll give my take. And I'm like, Nick, you late. I'm like, hey, man, well, I was working, but y'all still gonna get this take today. Y'all gonna get my 2 cents about what happened in the game too. But yeah, man, just turn off your phone. Your phone is going to be there. Everything is going to be there. That content is going to be there. Those notifications are going to be there. Your focus time is yours. It's sacred. So your phone is built to distract you. That's literally what notifications are. They're distractions. They pop up. They're bright. Your phone lights up. All those things are built to distract you. So turn it off. Put it on focus mode. Put it on do not disturb. All those things so you can make sure you lock in during this time. And then the last thing we went over is understanding the value of saying no. So by valuing and protecting your focus time through the power of saying no, you create a distraction-free environment to achieve meaningful progress on your business goals. So yes, say no. Say no. It's okay. It's okay. You can say no. They will be okay. If they love you, they will be okay. And even if they don't love you, they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. And no, it's not a mean thing to say. I know it's hard. It's hard for me. I'm one of those people that try to, make everybody feel comfortable. So I used to be a yes man. I for sure, as I got older, went away from that a long time ago because you'll burn yourself out. But I still try to make a comfortable environment for people to come to me and ask me stuff, or be able to have access to me. And the person that does that the most is my son. My son will ask me 1,001 questions in a span of 10 minutes. And I've had to put him on a questions restriction on multiple occasions. And I love him to death. And I wish he would understand that Google is here for him to use at any point in time. But I'm happy that he loves to ask me questions. But sometimes dad has to work. Sometimes dad has to lock in and focus. And I'm hoping that he sees that as a positive later on in life and understands that, he was saying that to better our situation. And that's what you're essentially doing for your family. You're trying to, or if you don't have family, if it's just you're trying to better your own situation. You're trying to make it to the next level in your business. So sometimes you may have to say no, and that is okay. It's not a bad thing to say no. You're trying to focus on really what matters in your business. And if it doesn't pertain to what is in that focus time, then I have to say no to it. It's only for an hour. It's only for 30 minutes. It's only for 2 hours or whatever the case it is. It's only for that time limit. So they'll be all right. So sometimes you have to say no. So master your time. We're going to crush distractions, and we're going to achieve what matters most in our business. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So today we worked on beating distractions. This is the simple roadmap to understanding how to beat distractions. I'm going to open it up for questions. Anybody got any questions? This is actually the third installment to the webinar. So there's 2 other webinars for the Achieve More Playbook. The first one was Mastering Your Day. The second one was the Roadmap to Success using the Achieve More Playbook. And today was Beating Distractions. So if you went through this whole 3-month webinar, not 3 month, this 3-month webinar would be crazy. That'll be on some streaming type time. But if you went through this whole 3 webinar program with us, then you should have a lot of actionable steps to get your business goals done. You should. I really hope that you have all the tools that you need. There's a lot of gems that were given, so I really hope that you have everything that you need, every step that you need, and you can go back and rewatch these over and over. I'm actually going to package these together. So I'm going to package all the videos together. The Achieve More scoreboard is going to be available here soon. I'm going to do a video on how to implement that into your daily life, as well as allow you to have access to it as well. And then there'll be a brief course that you can take that'll help you develop this if you're still having struggles. So all this is going to be packaged up. It should be available by next week. And yeah, I'm hoping to hear success. Matter of fact, not even hoping. I know that I'm going to hear success stories, because if you follow this to the T like I do, you'll be achieving the same things. Latoya. So would you suggest to master something easier first or hard? Well, to be honest, it's called a wildly important goal. So I want you to go as big as possible. That's fine. But the craziest thing about it is we're not worried about how big it is. We're not worried about how big the goal is, because what we're going to do is we're going to break it down. So your time limit doesn't have to be in a month. Your time limit can be a year. It really can. It could be 2 years. It could be however many steps that you need in between. We just need a roadmap to getting to that goal. And trust me, once you get a roadmap and once you get all the steps possible that's going to get you to that goal, your mind is going to be at ease. You're going to just drop so much mental luggage, and it actually it feels like you're dropping mental, like physical luggage once it happens. It's like your mind becomes at ease because you know the exact. It's like you know what's the movie that just came out. Was it Oz or something? Or I forget. In that adaptation of the Wizard of Oz movie that just came out, it's like you lighten the yellow brick road to where you need to get to. All you're doing is following it. That's all you're doing. So your mind will be at ease knowing that. So to me, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if it's easier or hard. because regardless of the fact, you're still going to be breaking it down and you're going to be reaching those goals. So, Latoya, I would say I would go for the most wildly important goal you can, and then I will make milestones in between that wildly important goal that break it down and are kind of easy wins. So I would make multiple milestones in between that time that gets me to that wildly important goal. So I can reach the milestone and that's still something to celebrate. Then I can reach my next milestone. But each one of these milestones is leading up to your bigger goal. So I hope that helped. All right. Adele, let me see. Will there be another webinar offered? I'm afraid I am in too late, but this information is really valuable. They're all available. You can go to Mitchell-Based Solutions YouTube. They're all available on there. They're also available on Black Sunflower. Black Sunflower's page. It's a playlist that's available, and there will be lives every week on Sunday. So every week on Mitchell-Based Solutions, there'll be a live of me going over this information and going over my personal wig session. They're not going to be a long time. I'm not going to keep y'all like I have y'all for an hour here. I'm not going to keep y'all forever, but it'll go over what I did during the week, how I tackle my week, and then we can have collaboration. You can ask me questions. I'll break down some things that are in the webinar. And then next month, I'm planning on doing case studies. So we'll do full webinars. I'm going to pick 3 case studies of 3 types of avatars. And I'm going to do a full live on that. And then we're going to, at the end, see a recap. Not a recap. At the end, we're going to see the results. We're going to put in ChatGPT and show the results that this person put in and get the percentage of numbers of what they will complete hypothetically. So there'll be case studies next month. That's what I'm working on for us to do more webinars. But like I said, these webinars are available. They're on Mitchell-Based Solutions and they're on Black Sunflower for you to watch at any time. All right, Latoya, would you suggest to have an accountability partner to help you succeed? Yes. Entrepreneurship is hard. It is tough, and it's not something that everybody understands because it takes a different mindset. It's especially different from the conventional mindset. We grew up with, at least me personally, go to school, get a job, you be at that job for 40 years or however many years, and then you do your thing afterwards. And it's safe. It's really, really safe. Entrepreneurship is not safe. You're taking a lot of risk. Basically everything that the place that you're working with, they're taking all the risk and they're paying you for a service. But you being the business owner as an entrepreneur, you're taking on all the risk yourself. And that's really, really hard. So yes, I say all that to say having an accountability partner is really important because they understand what you're going through. So I would find a like-minded community, like the one we're about to build, which is the Achieve More community. I would highly suggest you join the Achieve More community. But whatever community that may be of like-minded people, if you're an entrepreneur, join an entrepreneurship community because they're going to understand what you're going through. It's going to be hard to talk to somebody who doesn't understand what you're going through because they might give you, they might not give you advice or they might make you feel worse. It might make you feel worse. You might come to them with an idea and they're like, oh, for real? Oh, that sounds nice, And then that might make you feel kind of hesitant about going towards it. You don't want that. So yes, having an accountability partner, I definitely, community is great. Actual partner is great. And I highly suggest it be somebody like-minded that's on that journey as well. Don, this information is great. Yes, case studies. I find them. Okay, yeah. Great, Don. We're gonna have 3 case studies next month, so we'll have webinars of case studies next month. Like I said, and you guys can email me if you got a specific case study. I can use. So what I plan on doing in the case studies is creating a wildly important goal for this avatar. So actual goal. I'm gonna create a business for them. I'm gonna give a full breakdown of what they have during the day. It's gonna be a full breakdown. And then we're gonna do a calendar of if this person were to do all of this, what are the results? We're gonna put it in ChatGPT and see what it spits out and see the percentage of the results that they would get done if they did this, as opposed to if they do it another way. So you guys can actually see how this works. Yes, tune in for sure. And if you have any questions, just I'm gonna put my email. Just let me know. You can reach out. Like I said, we're gonna have the community, the Achieve More community, Achieve More Playbook community. That's gonna be available as well. So tap in with that. We'd love to see everybody in there and sharing information and collaborating. Yes, Pam. Exactly, exactly. I'm with it. Any more questions? Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions about what we went over today? Anybody got any questions? Just let me know. Let me see. Is there a section where we could put to show what is taking up our time? What you mean? What you mean by that? A section where you Oh, if you're talking about your whirlwind, yeah. So I just want you to write this down. So every day, just write down what you did. Time block it out yourself, and once just write it down on a notebook or a notepad for now, and you'll be able to see. You'll see. Oh, snap! I spent 20 minutes on my phone right here. I'm always spending 20 minutes on my phone at these points in time, or I always talk to my homegirl at this time when I could be. I got home and at 8 o'clock, I'm talking to my homegirl. Like, nah, maybe I might need to talk to her one time a week other than 5 times and set that up as my wildly important goal time or my focus time. But the Achieve More scoreboard is basically a breakdown of just your wildly important goal. It's just for your wig session. So it doesn't have a place where you can show what's taking up your time. Yes, a lot of people do not know how, and a lot of people don't know how to give constructive criticism. And what I found about that, I had to take my feelings out of it and understand, because there were people close to me. Like when I started my first business, which was called Fresh Kicks Market, or it's called. I still have that brand. It was a sneaker trade show where I had resellers come out, vendors come out, buy, sell, trade sneakers. We had food trucks and performances, and I've done 10 of those events. I've done some in Atlanta. I've done one in Seattle. Actually, I did 2 in Seattle. Most recent one was a charity event last year in Seattle, and then I've done one in Miami. But even at the beginning of me giving that vision to somebody and saying that, like if somebody really close to me and they was like, "Oh, well, you got your bills due," so I was like, and it crushed my spirit. I don't know why, but it was like, why are you talking? I know I got my bills due. Like I'm ready for that, but why was that the first thing you thought when I'm coming to you so excited? Like I'm coming to you with this with so much excitement, and I'm expecting you to bounce off and give me excitement back, but you give me my bills due. I'm like, I know my bills is due. Like what that got to do with anything? So I had to put my feelings in check and understand that, this person, it's not like they want ill will towards me or ill will towards my dreams or my goals or whatever. It's not like they don't want to see me succeed at that stuff. They just don't have that mindset. That mindset is completely different. So I had to approach it that way. And for those type of conversations, I had to go find like-minded people. So I don't even share my big dreams with people that aren't like-minded anymore, because you're not finna crush my dream. Like, you're not finna do it. Where is the Achieve More group? The Achieve More group will be in the it's gonna start off in the collective. So it's in the business collective, but I will make sure that I reach out to everybody. Matter of fact, let me post my if you want to be a part of the Achieve More Playbook group, just send me an email so I have your email, and when it's up and running, I'll make sure I send you an invite. So this is my email right here. So this is my email. And Pam said, me too, because their advice was good, but their delivery was horrible. Yes. The delivery sucks. The delivery is terrible. Like I'm expecting you to be just as excited as I am. Like we finna go up, and we probably would go up if you share this excitement, but I can't force this type of mindset on people. Entrepreneurship mindset is totally different. It just is, and that's okay. That's what I had to learn. I'm like, oh, okay. I can't share this with everybody, and that's fine. I still love them to death, but I can't share that type of stuff with you because you're not there with me, and that's perfectly fine. I went and found a community that I can do that, and to be honest, that's why I'm here talking to y'all. If I never met Jazz, I don't know if I'll ever be on a live. This is really something that's a product of networking and being in the right like-minded group. This is a product of it right here. How did you? Oh, let's see. How did you or do you decide what business ideas take priority? Okay, so how I decided that it really depends on where I want to go with my business. So if I felt like, what do you feel like is the most important part of your business right now? So if you feel like I want to reach more people, like let's say if you want to reach more people, you want to gain more followers. So I will look at that part of my business and solely focus on that. If I know I need to grow more revenue, I will look on revenue generating business ideas. So I would kind of break it down and I would make it simple first. So make it as simple as possible first. So I would look at my business. Okay, I need to make more money in my business. Okay, so I need to think of revenue generating ideas. What's a revenue generating idea for my business? Is that reaching out to more clients? Is that doing more pop-up shops? Is that attending more networking events? Like what could be a revenue generating idea? Or if it's I need to generate more buzz for my business, I need to do better marketing. What are marketing ideas that I can put into my business? And then from that umbrella, I would choose a wildly important goal from there. And then from that wildly important goal, I would break down tasks from there. So I would basically go as high up, make it simple and plain, and see what are the different sectors of my business, from marketing to revenue generation to systems and operations. Like let's say you are generating a lot of revenue. Let's say you are bringing in a lot of money, but you're trying to figure out where the money going. Like, I don't know what my systems are. What's going on? Well, then that would be my wildly important goal. I need to systemize my whole business. So I need to put a system in place for every part of my business by Q2. That'll be my wildly important goal, because that's going to push my business forward. My business can do more numbers if I had systems in place. But cause I got everything else going, but I'm just making money and money going out the door. Why is it going out the door? I don't have a system. So that's a hypothetical explanation for that. So I hope that helped. Have I checked my email lately? I did. I thought I did. I checked it today. That's a part of my daily organization. Don't tell me I missed one. Did I miss one from you? If I missed one from you, Pam, I apologize. Send me another one, please. I'll make sure I reach out to you. Send me another one. Yes, this message will help you face your fears for sure. It helped me face. To be completely honest, I am very fearful of being on live. I am very, very fearful of showing my face. I wasn't one of those people. And once I set a wildly important goal for my business, I was like, well, I got to do it. Hey, I mean, every time I'm about to hop on this live, I don't know how it's going to go. And I get more comfortable every time I do it because I'm being consistent with it. So beforehand, even the thought of getting on live was so big to me. It was like, oh, like I'm on live, I'm talking to people, what I'm going to talk to them about. But when I broke down each part of it, I was like, okay, I'm going to do a presentation for it. Okay, well, this is what I'm going to talk about. Okay, well, once I broke it down, I was like, oh, okay, well, when I get on live, all I have to do is talk. I can talk. I can do that. As opposed to me getting on live and be like, oh, I got to think of something to tell them, or like, I haven't prepared for this. Like, so yeah, this method would definitely face your fears. This is a product of me facing my fears right here. Would that be like a list of things to do or to start, or like a flow chart? So Don, what do you mean a list of things to do? So it depends on where you are in your business. So if you're just starting off your business, if we're going for there, then your wildly important goal may be to get my business license. What are all the steps that I need to do to get my business license? Okay, I need to create an LLC, or I need to create. You can break it down even more than that. I need to create a account on my state's business website or business platform. Second, I need to order my registration. Third, I need to get a Duns and Bradstreet number. Fourth, I need to get a tax ID. Like, and then by after you've done all those tasks, your wildly important goal is complete. Your business is registered. You have an official business. Like, that's like, even the thought of, I've talked to people, and even the thought of getting their business registered or just getting their business in general, they're like, oh my God, like, it's so much work. I'm like, no, just break it down. Like, break it all the way down and then hit those tasks. So once you got all these tasks on your focus time, that's 4 days of focus time. One day I set up an account. The next day I buy my business registration. The next day I get my Duns and Bradstreet number. And then the fourth day I get my tax ID. By the end of the week, I have a fully registered business. But if I think about it at the beginning of the day, like, if I come into it every day thinking I got to do all these things to get my business registered, it's like, well, I don't want to do all that. But if I can do one thing a day, that's a whole lot different. Yes, it is where you're at. So it's based off of where you're at. Like, so just like I said, let's say if you are a booming business, you got money coming in, you got clients, you on top of your game with content, but you start to realize, you like, I got money coming in, but I'm not making no money. So you need to put systems in place. So your wildly important goal would be to figure out how I can put systems in place to make sure my business is running like a well-oiled machine. Because once it's running like a well-oiled machine, then my money will come in. The money that's supposed to be allocated where it needs to go will go where it needs to go. And then I'll know where everything is. I can keep track. Now I can scale my business. So if your goal is to scale your business, then put systems in place. If you're just starting your business, then your wildly important goal is at a different point than where that person would be. Let me see. Donna, I just put my business in the paper. It's supposed to come out once a week. That's awesome, Donna. That's one step. It's one step. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That is very important. So you got one step done. Now you go to the next step. So I mean, I'm assuming that's one of your wildly important goals. Build off of that. Build off of that next step. So if that's one of your wildly important goals, was to get your business in the paper, now from that point, what can you do to build off of that and to create more motion? So now, after you've carved out time for this focus time every day, you've already completed one wildly important goal. Let's create some tasks that we can push our business forward again. So what you're gonna be doing is, this is the wildly important goal. I completed this one. I got tasks that I set out to complete my next wildly important goal. I push my business forward again. Task, push my business forward again. By the end of the year, you'll be so far ahead from where you started at. You'll be like, man, like, and all I did was put in activity every day. Would it be easier to just start with one business, even though I have other businesses in mind? Yes, it would be easier to start with one business. I would highly suggest watching the roadmap to success, because I have a graphic in there from the 4 disciplines of execution, where it shows, it basically gives you a look at the odds of you completing those big tasks that you have to do within those businesses, based on how many you have. So let's say you have 2 to 3 important goals, wildly important goals. Your odds of completing those there's a good chance you'll complete 2 to 3 of those. Once you get to 4 to 10, then it gets slimmer. You might only complete maybe 2. Once you get to 11 to 20, the odds are you're going to complete 0. And the reason why is because you don't have enough bandwidth to do all that. You're just one person. So I would highly suggest, because I was just like you. I had a lot of businesses. I've had in between. I started Fresh Cakes Market in 2019. I've had Fresh Cakes Market. I've had a trucking business where I ran a truck for a year and a half. So I had an 18-wheeler. I was doing owner operation. I had a driver. I leased onto a company. I was doing that daily. That required a lot of focus and energy. I had a rental car that I was renting out to people, and they was wrecking it. So I'm up and down the highway trying to figure out where they done wrecked it at this time. So like I was trying to juggle all those things, and in my mind I was like, well, if I'm making money from all of it, I'm putting it in the pot. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, multiple streams of income, and that's not how it works. If you want to have multiple streams of income, it needs to start with the tree so you need to grow this tree first. Make sure this tree gets as tall as it possibly can, whatever that most important business is. Grow that tree first, and then you branch off from that tree. That's the multiple streams that they're talking about. So you start with one tree, you grow that tree as big as possible, and you get that automated, and you get the systems in place. So that's mindless work. And then from there, you branch off from there. You branch off and branch off and branch off from that business. So yes, to answer your question, I would start with one business, maybe two if they kind of align, and you have time. But if you already have a 9 to 5 and you already have a family, I would say just one. I would definitely say just one. Can I register two as one so I don't have to send too much on registration and all? What do you mean by that? Register for what? For business or register for the Achieve More Playbook or what? Let me know what you mean by that. Can you also use this method once you establish a team for your business? Yes, I would highly suggest you use this method. So a lot of the methods and practices that I have that I developed was from 4 disciplines of execution, and that was developed for corporations. So they have a lot of corporations that do the 4 disciplines of execution, and they use it to basically get multiple departments in lockstep to achieve one goal. So they categorize it as like if you they use the hotel as one. A hotel was trying to get their customer service score up or something like that. So they categorize each department's whirlwind. What do you guys do every day? And then what is the wildly important goal? And what did you do on top of your whirlwind to go towards our goal of getting a higher customer service score? So it's the methodologies that I've adapted are from corporations and from teams. So yes, I would say if you have a team, establish this with your team in your business as well. Oh, spend on the business. Okay. Yes. Can I register one? Can I register two as one? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You can get an LLC, and then that can be your main business, and then you can do a doing business as. I don't know what state you're in, so I don't know exactly how the process works, but I know in Georgia you can do a DBA. It's called DBA. So you can get the LLC, and then you can get another DBA and say, hey, I'm doing business as, but it's under this LLC. So I hope so. It's called a DBA. So I hope that helps. Okay, you have 2 businesses in mind that align. That's perfect. That's perfect. They align with each other, and you can tackle both. I mean, if they align with each other, then it's not you tackling both at a different time. So, yeah, go for it. Go for it. Use these steps. Use the Achieve More Playbook. Go ahead and tap in and let me know how that goes. Let me know if you need any help, how I can be of help. Like I said, I put my email in here. Where's my email at? I'll keep it up for another couple seconds. If anybody has any more questions, thank you, Latoya. Thank you. I think I want to pronounce it right. Is it Adal Boo? I hope I pronounced it right. Thank you. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for being on the live. If anybody has any more questions, I'm happy to answer them. I think this is as long as I've been on live. As long as I've been on live. Y'all had some really good questions, so I'm really glad to have answered any questions that you guys may have. But like I said, this is going to be available on Mitchell-Based Solutions YouTube. It's going to be available on Black Sunflower YouTube as well. And then the Achieve More Playbook community, that is going to get started up this week. If you want to be a part, please do that. Email Mitchell-Based Solutions, and then I'll make sure I send you an invite. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. Like I said, every Sunday, quick 30 minutes to an hour. We're going to be there. We're going to talk about achieving more. We're going to have a wig session, a community wig session, a community collaboration. And I hope to see you guys there on Sunday. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, Latoya. Thank you, Adele. Thank you, Pam. I will see you guys later. Pam, I'm gonna get your email. I'm gonna send you a response. Y'all have a great evening.